I'm not gonna make you leave it.
Yeah, you are.
Courtney.
You're me too.
Don't.
Get away
Put
from
it down.
Call somebody. Get somebody here.
He's wrecked out. BP. Roll fire.
From a domestic dispute that quickly escalated to multiple high-speed chases and stolen vehicles, these clips highlight a series of real and unusual moments captured on police dash cams. Let's start with a call that initially appeared routine but quickly took an unexpected turn. On August 3rd of 2024, a call was received about a domestic dispute in Muskegon County, Michigan. When the sheriff's deputy arrived, she saw 35-year-old Courtney Morey crying in the middle of the roadway. The deputy approached carefully, unsure of what the situation might involve.
Okay.
No matter what they say.
He's saying that you assaulted him.
Yeah.
Do you have do you have any other family or anything? No?
They'll fuck me over too. What are you gonna do? What am I gonna do?
You clear me from this.
I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna go loony bin again.
At 52.
Fortunately, you're gonna be under arrest for assaulting him.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Screaming in my face and threatening me don't mean okay. You can assault me.
The officer explained that verbal assault alone does not justify an arrest. Courtney did not accept this and continued to argue with the police, which led to a heated verbal exchange.
Have anything in your purse?
My shit?
Okay. Any weapons, anything?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna have to take a look at it real quick, okay? Okay, you can't.
What am I supposed to do with it? Leave it here on the side of the road?
I don't know, that's up to you.
What am I supposed to do with it? Shove it up my ass sideways?
They're gonna toss it at the jail, so.
Well, whatever. Yes. I got all my shit gets thrown away and I get.
Courtney has a history of letting verbal conflicts become physical. In this situation, she became physically aggressive.
Hands behind your back.
Now you're gonna force me.
Yep. Put your hands behind your back.
I will get in the car.
Courtney, put the bag down.
I'm not leaving my stuff. Not leaving my stuff.
Put the bag on the ground.
Not leaving my stuff.
I didn't
you
say
can't make me leave my stuff.
I'm not gonna make you leave it.
Yes, you are, you do.
Courtney,
You me too.
don't.
Get away
Put
from
it down.
me. Call somebody. Get somebody here.
Put your bag on the ground.
You ain't making me leave my stuff. Yeah, you
Put your bag on the ground.
Why? So I can leave it. Maybe lose more of my stuff.
Put your bag on the ground.
You're gonna make me lose more of my.
6 for 11.
You're gonna f me too, huh, Copo? You or me?
Put it. Put
You're
it
gonna
on
make
the
me lose
ground.
more of my shit. This is my shit.
Put it on the ground.
My
15.
Put your bag on the ground. Give me your hands.
Especially in 19, I could be in Roxville.
no.
819, show you in route 2017.
Too. You didn't see the me too, huh? You f***ing me too? You're gonna f*** me too. You're gonna f*** me too?
You're on the ground.
According to reports, Courtney allegedly bit the arresting officer during the struggle. Additional officers arrived and were able to bring the situation under control. She was placed in handcuffs and seated in the back of a state police vehicle, where officers believed she would remain. However, Courtney managed to break free while officers were speaking with others at the scene. She moved into the driver's seat and drove away. The video ends before showing her capture, but she later crashed on a dead-end street and was arrested shortly after. Records indicate she has a criminal history going back to 2008. She now faces additional charges, including grand theft auto and assaulting an officer. Turner Turnpike stretches for 86 miles and connects Tulsa to Oklahoma City, making it an important route for thousands of daily drivers. On April 2nd of 2022, however, the highway became the scene of a dangerous situation after being shut down by a fleeing suspect. A 32-year-old man named Charles attempted to escape police, leading officers on a high-speed chase through Oklahoma City while heading toward Ohio. He was already wanted for armed robbery and was willing to use a firearm against law enforcement. State Trooper Brack Miller joined the pursuit, and the situation quickly became critical when the suspect began firing shots in his direction.
Eastbound to Kilpatrick.
950 City, shots fired. He shot one through the back window.
Even with the situation becoming life-threatening, Trooper Miller remained calm. As Charles continued shooting, Miller recognized the need to stop the pursuit as quickly as possible, leading him to prepare for a pit maneuver.
Ooh, that was ugly. Said I've taken one round through the front windshield. He's still continuing to fire.
As bullets hit his windshield, Miller remained calm and in control. Despite the visible damage, he stayed focused on stopping the suspect. The pursuit ended when Miller carried out the pit maneuver, causing the suspect's SUV to spin out. The situation escalated further when Charles continued shooting at officers, and he was later slain during the confrontation. In a time when ride services like Uber and Lyft are widely available, some people still choose to drive after drinking. A 36-year-old man named Ryan Brown could have avoided serious consequences by using another way home. Instead, he ended up in county jail with injuries and a criminal record. On December 6th of 2016, a police officer in Norwood, Ohio was using radar when Brown nearly sideswiped the patrol vehicle at a red light. Officers followed Brown after he crossed the center median and passed the stop line at the next intersection. The officer informed dispatch that he was pulling Brown over for a suspected DUI, but when the light changed, Brown fled the scene.
Right now, Cypress. Definitely right now, Cypress.
Back up.
We're trying to pull away right now. We're trying to pull here.
He's wrecked out. BP. Roll fire.
Brown lost consciousness after crashing into a pole. Officers were close by and were able to remove him from the burning vehicle. When he regained awareness, he was informed that he was under arrest for DUI and driving with a suspended license. Police also discovered 163 grams of marijuana inside the car, along with a digital scale. By choosing to drive instead of arranging another way home, Brown now faces possible prison time and long-term health consequences. Running from police in a stolen RV is difficult because the vehicle is large, slow, and easy to track. However, this did not stop 25-year-old Randy Schiff Bauer, who attempted to take the first vehicle he could access. On June 2nd of 2021, police in Summit County, Ohio, received multiple reports from witnesses who saw Randy breaking windows and trying to steal vehicles. The only one with keys left inside was an RV belonging to the Yellowstone Country Club. A sheriff's deputy arrived as Randy was starting the engine. Randy used the RV to strike the deputy's patrol car and fled the scene, but officers from the Summit County Sheriff's Department quickly began pursuing him. The spike strips started to deflate Randy's tires, but he continued driving. He headed toward the highway, attempting to escape police on the open road. The lead officer tried to stay in front of Randy while other units closed in, but the size of the RV gave Randy an advantage. He used the vehicle to push through police cars and prevent them from surrounding him. to avoid the police for several more minutes. The pursuit moved out of the busy area and into a suburban neighborhood. At that point, Randy attempted to drive the RV off-road to see how it would handle. Randy attempted to escape on foot, but was quickly caught. A police canine unit located him and stopped him during the arrest. He was taken into custody and charged with grand theft, auto, and assault on an officer. Police later found that Randy had a pattern of stealing large, slow-moving vehicles. In 2019, he stole a bulldozer and drove it into a residential home. Stealing a regular car is one situation, but taking a police vehicle is far more serious. For 34-year-old Daniel Barton from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, police cars appeared to be his main target. Reports suggest he is one of the few people in the country to be caught stealing cop cars more than once. His first arrest happened on December 5th, 2022. While a Milwaukee officer was speaking with another driver, Daniel approached the patrol car from behind, got into the driver's seat, and drove away. The moment shows how long it took for the officer to realize his vehicle had been taken.
Looks like somebody just stole my vehicle heading northbound. Okay, did you say your vehicle? It's from the vehicle 106 heading southbound on Holton Street. Lights are still on. We have GPS on that car? Yes, there's GPS on the car. Okay, Carl, what's that spot number again? You said 106? Berline Richards. The guy's running westbound. Berline Richards. It's a white male, blue jacket, blue jeans.
Police followed Daniel into a residential area where a witness reported seeing him climb into a large trash can. Not knowing if he was armed, the officer approached with his weapon drawn. Daniel then emerged from the container while being held at gunpoint, appearing calm despite the situation.
Put your hands on your head! I don't have a case, so sorry.
Daniel was arrested and charged with stealing the patrol vehicle, but the incident did not prevent further behavior. 6 months later, on May 30th of 2023, he was involved in another case during a traffic stop in Shorewood, a small village north of Milwaukee. In this situation, the officer's reaction was captured when he realized his car had been taken.
Give him a new Cody. What? Is that your squad? What the someone just stole my squad.
The officer's expression suggested he was aware of the situation he was facing. He appeared to understand that he would likely face consequences from his superiors and ongoing attention from other officers. The suspect was later located and arrested again for stealing a second police vehicle within 6 months. According to reports, Daniel could face a fine of up to $10,000 and as much as 9 months in jail for each incident. On April 11th of 2018, police in Delaware County, Ohio, were pursuing a suspect connected to an armed robbery. The sheriff's office reported that 46-year-old Rudel Chapman had an active warrant related to an incident that took place on March 28th. Several agencies located Chapman as he attempted to avoid arrest. The sheriff's department, local police, and the U.S. Marshals joined the pursuit, which continued onto I-71 north of Columbus, where Chapman drove in a way that put others at risk. Chapman increased the risk by driving into oncoming traffic on the highway. Officers continued the pursuit, aware that the situation needed to be stopped as quickly as possible.
Wrong way on 71. 31. He's going to flip bail. Wrong way on 71 at the 131. Supervisor, that we can take him out before we get too fast here.
A police SUV moved into the emergency lane to position itself behind Chapman. The next action would lead to a serious mistake by the officer involved. Pity maneuvers are commonly used to stop high-speed pursuits, but in this case, the attempt was unsuccessful. The officer carried out the maneuver at a poor moment, causing Chapman's vehicle to crash into a civilian car. The driver of the other vehicle survived and was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment. Chapman also required medical care before being taken to the county jail. It is unclear whether the officer faced any consequences for the incident. A statement from the sheriff's office said that another person was hospitalized with minor injuries resulting from a crash caused by Chapman's actions. On August 10th of 2024, Florida police officers attempted to stop a suspect driving a stolen SUV. The driver was accused of threatening a woman with a hammer before taking her vehicle, which led to a high-speed pursuit through Miami-Dade County.
That's it. He's the same. One of the beach guys coming here. He's on the noise.
According to reports, 31-year-old Cialis Cigar approached a woman who was standing next to her parked SUV. He asked her for money, and when she said she did not have any, he pulled a hammer from his waistband and demanded the keys. The woman's deaf brother was inside the vehicle at the time and managed to get out before Cigar drove away. Shortly after, the situation escalated, and the vehicle was involved in a serious incident. Now let's look at the pity maneuver again from inside the officer's vehicle. Although it was not shown on camera, the SUV began smoking after it rolled over. Officers rushed to the scene and broke a window to pull Mr. Cigar out just before the vehicle caught fire. He was taken to a hospital and treated for injuries from the crash. After being released, he was transported to the county jail, where his bail was set at $11,000. The owner of the SUV did not have theft insurance, meaning she was responsible for replacing the vehicle. Her friends and family created a GoFundMe page to seek financial support from the public. On May 10th of 2023, highway patrol officers in Pasco County, Florida, pursued a white SUV traveling south on I-75. Authorities believed the two men inside, Jakari Arnold and Devat Ellis, both 36 years old, were connected to a series of vehicle break-ins between Orlando and Tampa. The pursuit started after the SUV fled from a traffic stop in Hillsborough County. Multiple agencies followed the suspects across Hillsborough, Orange, and Pasco counties before eventually bringing the chase to an end. The footage shows the suspects avoiding spike strips and moving through traffic at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour.
90 miles an hour. Outside lane 140. Inside lane, you just pushed the outside lane behind the orange red T truck, 102. Outside lane, 100. Okay, long miles now, outside lane.
The suspects exited I-75 and began traveling back toward Orlando. Unaware to them, additional officers were positioned ahead with spike strips prepared to stop the vehicle. flashing lights worked in the suspect's favor, as police were forced to reduce their speed. Jakari and Dada were able to gain some distance and temporarily lose visual contact, but this did not last. One of the SUV's rear tires began to fail, which allowed the lead officer to close the gap and prepare for a pity maneuver.
Record tire, full southbound.
Officers surrounded the vehicle and arrested Jakari and Dada without delay. A search of the SUV revealed several purses, 15 Florida driver's licenses, 1 passport, and approximately 70 credit cards, all of which had been reported stolen in the Tampa and Orlando areas. They were charged with burglary, possession of burglary tools, and fleeing from law enforcement.